If you're thinking about the Samsung HW-Q990D soundbar, expecting it to deliver earth-shattering Dolby Atmos audio that transforms your living room into a cinema, hold on. I've spent weeks testing it, and here's what surprised me. It's not all fireworks and thunder. In fact, despite some impressive specs and a hefty price tag near $888, there are some serious problems that might make you think twice before clicking buy. But before you jump ship, stick around because I'm going to break down the good, the bad, and the why did they do that. Moments that every potential buyer needs to hear. So, is the HW-Q990D worth your cash, or should you keep scrolling? Let's dive in. Samsung's HW-Q990D promises 11.1.4 channel true Dolby Atmos sound with wireless rear speakers thrown in the box. Sounds like a home theater dream, right? But here's the twist. While the hardware sounds impressive on paper, the reality is a mixed bag. I'll explain why this $887 soundbar might not deliver the full surround sound experience you imagine, especially if you're an audiophile or a gaming enthusiast. But don't worry, it's not all gloom. There are some features that truly shine and could make this your next favorite gadget if you know where to look. And if you love gaming or binge-watching series, you'll want to hear this. Now, let's rewind to how I found myself eyeing the HW-Q990D in the first place. With my old sound system hobbling along and neighbors giving me the side-eye every time the bass kicked in, I was searching for something sleek, powerful, and user-friendly. The Samsung HW-Q990D looked perfect. A quad-layered speaker setup, promises surround sound so immersive you'll duck every time a plane flies overhead in a movie. But like a classic rom-com, the perfect meets the imperfect. The wireless Dolby Atmos promises no cable clutter, but does it really deliver on that freedom? Stick around as I reveal the surprising shortcomings and clever features Samsung packed into this system. Spoiler, you might laugh a little too, because even high-end tech hates being taken seriously all the time. First up, the design and setup. Samsung certainly nailed the aesthetic, sleek lines, matte black finish, and a relatively compact footprint mean it suits modern living spaces without screaming, "I'm a tech nerd." Setup was fairly straightforward, especially for those already in the Samsung ecosystem. The wireless Dolby Atmos rear speakers are a major plus here because nobody wants to live tangled in cords that resemble spaghetti from a bad Italian restaurant. However, if you're counting on zero latency and perfect sync in a multi-speaker setup, the HW-Q990D sometimes stumbles. Occasionally, the rear speakers lag ever so slightly, throwing off the immersive soundstage. Wi-Fi interference might not be your best friend after all. It's like inviting a charming but slightly awkward guest to your party. They're good company, but sometimes they miss the beat. Now let's talk sound quality. This is where the HW-Q990D shines but also stutters. The 11 front-facing speakers, subwoofer, and 4 up-firing channels give you that rich, room-filling audio. Dolby Atmos really pans the sound overhead. Think of thunder rumbling above during a storm scene. Dialogues are crisp thanks to Samsung's adaptive sound and active voice analyzer, meaning even softer voices come through clearly without cranking up the volume. Perfect if you're watching late-night football and don't want to wake the whole house, or your significant other who swears they've got superhero hearing. But, and there's always a but, the bass can sometimes be overblown in small rooms. It's like having a DJ who forgot the volume dials a thing. Without careful tuning, your popcorn moments might feel more like a rock concert. Speaking of tuning, Samsung's SpaceFit Sound Pro is a clever feature that analyzes your room and optimizes audio accordingly. In theory, it's brilliant, using built-in microphones to calibrate sound based on your room's acoustics. But in practice, it's inconsistent. In my testing, the soundstage was occasionally unbalanced depending on furniture placement and room size, meaning you might have to tweak settings manually to get that perfect movie theater feel. It's a bit ironic that a system touted for smart integration still needs human intervention to shine. I guess even smart tech wants a helping hand sometimes. Gaming fans, don't lose hope. The Game Mode Pro is arguably one of the best features here. When paired with newer Samsung TVs and compatible game consoles like the Xbox Series X or PS5, this soundbar steps up your gaming audio dramatically. Up-firing speakers and acoustic beams bring 3D optimized sound that nails directional cues, so you hear that sneaky step behind you or the distant rumble of an approaching tank. No extra setup needed. The soundbar auto-activates Game Mode Pro, making it plug-and-play for gamers craving immersion. But, and wouldn't you know it, if you have an older TV or non-Samsung gaming rig, you're out of luck. The integration works best within the Samsung universe, which means if you're a multi-brand household, this might not be your dream soundbar. What about smart home compatibility? The HW-Q990D scores well, integrating built-in Alexa, Chromecast, and Apple AirPlay 2. Voice control works decently, and the tap sound feature adds a neat trick. Just tap your compatible Samsung phone on the soundbar, and your audio streams instantly. Like magic, but please don't try this with your toaster. It might look at you funny. But heads up, voice assistants can be hit or miss depending on your region, and sometimes commands get lost in translation, literally. It reminded me of the time I asked Alexa to play workout music, and she started telling me the weather forecast. Not the most motivating start to the morning. One slight gripe I have is that Samsung doesn't include HDMI EARC cables in the box, which feels a bit stingy when you're already shelling out nearly $900. You want every piece of tech to connect seamlessly, but you might have to buy extra cables. Also, while wireless rear speakers are a convenience, the soundbar's Bluetooth range sometimes feels like it's shy. Move too far from it, and music cuts out. So think of it as a friend who always wants to be in arm's reach. You'd expect a flagship system to have stronger wireless capabilities in 2024. By the way, did I mention it's one of the heaviest soundbars I've lifted? It's got the heft of a small dumbbell. So if you planned a quick shuffle while binge-watching, better warm up those biceps. But hey, maybe it doubles as a workout tool. Samsung, are you listening? A soundbar that doubles as fitness gear. Now that's innovation. Now, on the topic of price versus value, the HW-Q990D sits at a premium spot near $888, which is no small change. For that price, you expect premium performance across the board, but what you get is a mixed experience. If you're a Samsung TV owner in the 2020 to 2024 range and want an integrated system with decent wireless rear speakers and smart features, this could be a great buy. But if you're looking for flawless audio without fuss or a budget-friendly upgrade route, there are alternatives that might serve you better. Why pay a premium for features that only unlock fully in the Samsung ecosystem? To highlight the positives one more time, Q-Symphony technology allows this soundbar to work in harmony with compatible Samsung TVs to create a richer audio experience, making it genuinely stand out from competitors who just give you a speaker box with cables. Plus, the built-in voice assistants and streaming compatibility mean fewer remote controls cluttering your coffee table. Not to mention, Dolby Atmos support provides that immersive surround sound effect when everything clicks right. These perks aren't small potatoes. So, what's the final verdict? Should you rush out and buy the HW-Q990D? If you're deeply invested in Samsung's TV ecosystem and want wireless rear surround sound with smart home features, it's a solid choice that sounds great for movies and games. Just make sure to budget for potential cable add-ons and be ready for some room tuning. But if you're looking for plug-and-play perfection, or you're rocking a non-Samsung TV, it might be wiser to explore other options or wait for a future generation that irons out these hiccups. In conclusion, the Samsung HW-Q990D delivers on many of its promises, but with a few caveats that Samsung needs to address. It's like dating someone who's charming but occasionally leaves socks on the floor. Overall, a great match, but not without quirks. With thoughtful setup, patience, and the right Samsung gear, you'll enjoy an immersive and smart audio experience that's rarely matched. And if you're into gaming, Game Mode Pro may become your new best friend. Remember, I've linked the best price on Amazon in the description below. So if you're ready to take your home theater experience up a notch with the HW-Q990D, check it out there. And hey, whether you buy it or not, at least now you're one step closer to mastering your home audio setup without getting tangled in wires or disappointments. After all, good sound is music to our ears, just hopefully not from a neighbor's grumble about the bass. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more honest tech reviews that save you time, money, and the frustration of buyer's remorse. Now, go turn that couch into a cinema. Just maybe don't jump up and start dancing unless you want the soundbar to weigh in on that workout tip.